Hello everyone, this is HuskyStarcraft here back with some more Bronze League Superstars. These guys are not Bronze League heroes at all. That is right, it's going to be Acer's Innovation down in the bottom left side. And his opponent is going to be someone brand new for him today. It is going to be Axiom's Ryung. That does mean that it is going to be a TBT. And I gotta say, you know what? I actually really like TBT. Alright, look. I actually muted my microphone, okay? We don't gotta talk about it. Hopefully for you guys, you didn't turn up your volume right there and we're like, Husky, what do you, I can't hear him. I better turn this up and then I blast your ears out. But anyways, I do love TBT. I think that it's a matchup that it does get a lot of hate. It really does. I've seen it in the comments, guys. I know how you feel about it. I will say, though, that I do believe that it is one of the most diverse mirror matchups. I think it's kind of a tie between PvP and TBT. I would give it to TBT, though. As long as it's not pure Marine tank the whole time, then it can be quite fun to watch. But either way, Innovation already taking a game off of Impact, and that is going to bring his team up 1-0. Remember that this is the Grand Finals, so if you skipped game number one, I just spoiled it for you. But number two, I've been working long and hard. I was going to make a your mom joke in there somewhere, but that's just not appropriate. I apologize. But either way, I've been casting on the ATC, and I'm super excited for the finals. I would hope that you guys are pretty excited as well. So my personal recommendation, if I was your video game counselor, or psychologist maybe, I don't know. If I was your video game psychologist, I would tell you to go watch game number one. It's not a trick to get more views. I promise. Fingers are crossed. But anyways, an awesome TBT, and what is also awesome is the fact that my voice still cracks even though I am in my mid-20s. Axiom Ryung, though, is what I meant to say, is going to be going for an early expand over here. He's already thrown down his team logo. He's marking his territory. This was like during the Great Space Race when we put a flag on the moon, man. That is a bold move, going where no man has gone before. And also, thankfully for Ryung, and unfortunately for Innovation, Innovation is scouting the incorrect way, so he's not going to be able to spot this right away. Ryung is also scouting the wrong way, but at the same time, I feel like scouting in early expansion is more important than scouting by getting killed off by this Marine. So I feel like this SCV is going to, even though he's a little bit late to the party, it doesn't matter as much. Even though both these players are playing in the blind, I would say that Ryung is a little bit ahead in the build order. We'll see if he actually can get out a Marine or anything like that as by the time he needs it. Although we don't really see any Reapers out of Innovation. We do, however, see lots of gas, which tells me that it could be early Hellions, could be early Banshee, or Widow Mines. Widow Mines are always fun to see. I'm trying to think of exactly what you can do. But this is why I love TBT, is because there are actually so many options right now. Did Ryung get a sweet tell here? Is he going to be scouting the bottom left? No, looks like he's going to the top left there. Unfortunately, could not tell exactly where that SCV came from if he did indeed see it. We do have the bunker going to be on the way here for Ryung, and he does have his double orbital command on the way. We do have a command center on the way for Innovation. So really the only difference here is got to be that Innovation has a lot more gas, he has a factory, and he has a lot more tech options. So as long as he does a little bit of damage with this, then he can catch right back up in the economy. But for now, oh, the SCV! Marine, what were you doing? Slacking on the job. That is actually huge, as that Marine is trying to give chase. The second Marine's like, wait, why is there an SCV out here? Unfortunately, that bunker did not delay it. He got a big read right there. Not only did he see the expansion timing, he knows the orbital's done. He also saw, oh my god, he actually saw the timing of the factory as well. That SCV is a hero. This SCV right here probably not going to have the same luck. He's going to try and make up the ramp. Probably not going to happen. He wants to see what's in there. Unable to, though. He did, however, see that there were 4 Marines, which may not sound like a lot, but that does tell you a lot. He didn't see Hellions. He didn't see a bunker. He didn't see quite a few things, which tells him a little bit about what he thinks going on in there, but he doesn't know for sure. I mean, does seeing 4 Marines tell you, hey, there's a starport with a reactor, or, excuse me, a tech lab on the way? Not really. Not really, but hopefully he has the Ghost 2 senses to realize that's exactly what's on the way. Right now we do have Widow Mines now, which Widow Mines are actually going to be the correct choice, considering that he doesn't really have much else he can do for anti-air other than Marine. So what the Widow Mines can do here is kind of be dropped behind the mineral line here. I like this response from Ryung. I think this is a good response. As Widow Mines, they're a little bit sketchy because you can't necessarily control where they're shooting, but it is going to be the right choice here versus Banshees. You can scan, do lots of damage burst. That may be taking Innovation by surprise. However, Innovation knows, so he started the cloaking first. That means that that Banshee is going to be able to cloak almost as soon as it gets there. I believe that time, if we take a look at the build times right here, it is 110 for the cloak and 60 for the Banshee. So about twice as long almost for the cloak here. But that doesn't include travel time over here. So I think that the cloaking going to be helping out that Banshee quite a bit. Could go for a lot of kills here as well. However, Ryung now also has a Viking on the way. I feel like he just had a good read based on what he saw here. So, look, he's got a lot of anti-air in the Marines. He's got the Viking and the Widow Mine, and he is going to be backing up with the Siege Tank and also a missile turret. So I feel like he is doing this correctly. We'll see exactly how it pans out for him. But I think innovation here is going to be set back a little bit. I wouldn't say like set back to the Stone Age, not by any means, but definitely step back a little bit here. This is like when Windows releases a new version and everyone hates it. It's like they're not really going to Stone Age, but people are like, we'll wait for the next thing. And the next thing is apparently another patch for Windows. It is going to be yet another Banshee. We'll see if it actually ends up canceling the cloak there. Sometimes you will see Terran cancel cloak. Gotta watch out for the Marines, and they do get a couple of pot shots off over there. But oh no, Ryung, gotta be careful. Oh, all of a sudden, this Banshee just got the beta release, and now all of a sudden people are loving it. This is like when Windows 7 came out. Very similar to what Vista was, but at the same time, just way better in every way. That's exactly what... Wait, did he cancel that? Am I tripping balls? Is this game like going crazy here? The Widow Mine moved, the missile turret got canceled and now rebuilt, and the Banshee's hanging out over here still with Cloak. A medevac. What are you doing? Is this like to feign a drop? I don't really understand what this medevac is doing. Is he scouting? Is he this desperate for scouting that he's trying to pull that army back? At the same time, the Banshee is going to be winging here. There's no missile turret here in position. The missile turret up to the north, not actually constructed in time. That means the Banshee is going to sit here, get raking in the kills. The medevac there does get a little bit of scouting in, but all of a sudden, these missile turrets not doing anything. Oh dear, oh my goodness, these Banshees already 4 kills there. This Banshee over here is up to 2. Keep in mind though that those are very valuable units. It does start to work down the refinery here, which is the best thing to be killing off. Marine right there, he's going to get taken out, no problem. And unfortunately, it's not taken out in the fun way. Oh my god. Oh my god, that Banshee is still alive. These Banshees refusing to die. Super cost efficiency coming up out of this as a 7 kills on that Banshee, and is also going to get the extractor, or the refinery, excuse me. There are no Zerg in this game. As a couple more SCVs do go down, this Banshee appears up to 5 kills, and even with no cloak, still up to 7. Innovation just methodically picking Ryung apart. I don't even know if it's methodically. I just feel like it's a straight up picking apart at this point. That Banshee survives. Banshee at the bottom right side survives. She is out of cloak though. Don't think there's actually anything in range to be able to kill that off. No Viking in sight, I believe. So that Banshee is just going to be chilling out back there. Remember, the Banshee does outrange the Marines here, so if controlled correctly, could kill off a lot more. And look at this, 1,150 resources lost to only 50. Innovation having nearly perfect games both times here in the early stages. And, oh, there goes a Marine right there, but the splash damage not even enough to kill the other one. And one Marine there, adding 50 resources lost there. Still about 1,050 resources to go before he can catch up. Now, Ryung, you can see, is just behind in every way at this point. We take a look at the workers over here. He's behind in workers. If we take a look at the overall units, he's behind there as well. But I will say his expansion timing of the third base is also behind. So he is able to drop those extra mules inside of his natural. But at the same time, is that really what you want to be doing? Do you really want to be mining out that natural? Because if you look at it in the long term of things, he's got to be in a lot of trouble because that means that his naturals mined out a lot quicker and he has to rely on the more dangerous bases. At this point, though, you can see the effect of having double Banshee harass be effective. 104 supply to 113 drops over here trying to make something happen. Unfortunately, the only thing that happened was a bunch of dead units for Ryung. Ryung, though, does manage to trap this army in the corner. Does take out a medevac there. And this medevac may go down. One more shot, and it will. But the Raven's got to get out of there. No, another miscontrol. These Marines. Such value on those Marines as they were able to. Oh my! Wait, was that was Ryung's medevac, right? That was an Innovation's medevac trying to save those units. But either way, Ryung, man, ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. He was able to even it up a lot more than I had anticipated. I guess killing that other medevac did end up doing quite a bit. But at the same time, his third base heavily delayed right now. Innovation dropping 3 more mules at that expansion. And unfortunately for Ryung, getting blocked, getting a C blocked by his own Marines there, blocking that command center as it is unable to land. We do have a factory on the way here. We'll see exactly what the transition is for Ryung, but I feel like this is just looking a little bit too grim for him, which totally rhymed. But either way, we do have 121 supply to 134. Oh my god, look at... Apparently, I opened the structures tab. There's a lot of buildings going on right now. Apparently, the auto turret counts as a building as well. He's just chilling out. Kind of funny that that counts as a structure. It literally says structure right there. Not an actual unit, but it does look like Innovation's going to go ahead and move on out. Decides to back up at least for now. Does get the sensor tower. This is again one of those buildings. And look at that. Every time your opponent sees it, they throw down their own sensor tower. I don't even know if this started before the sensor tower finished, but I just feel like the sensor tower, it's like It's a unit that's building that spawns that only one person can make at a time, and the other person can't make theirs until their opponent makes one. That just seems how the sensor tower ends up working out. But regardless, they do both have drop detection now at the ideal locations. Innovation, though, again, it just starts to snowball out of control. He could actually go for a 4th base if he wanted to right here, as he does have the center map control. He has apparently just one Marine over there. We do have combat shields going to be on the way. And does, yeah, Ryung actually does have combat shields. He's also sitting at 1-1, whereas if we take a look at Innovation, he's at 1-1, but with no combat shields. This might actually be the advantage that Ryung needs to try and move in and press this advantage while he can. I don't know that that's going to happen, though, as a 2-2 is going to be finishing actually ahead of schedule for Innovation, a little bit behind there for Ryung, and Combat Shields is nearly done. So if he wanted to make something happen, him and the captain would have had to have done it a little bit earlier at this point. But right now we do have the Marines moving out. I think the Banshee eventually got taken out. Maybe that's the reason for a little bit of those resources lost. But I just can't help but feel like losing resources in the early game hurts you much more than in the late game, where in the early game, say you lose 3 SCVs, that's going to slow down your overall economic growth much more than if you lose 3 SCVs say at 25 minutes into the game. Of course, every game's different. Every game is a special, unique butterfly, but either way, it does look like Red's got to try and go for it. He's going straight for the tank. Does manage to get one. He is forced to back out, though, and that is a dicey situation for both players here. Oh, whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Innovation needs to be careful there as well. Both these players making a few mistakes here and there. Nothing super major. Nothing trying to march up there. As I guess Ryung has made some pretty major mistakes. I redact that previous statement, and he's trying to recover here. Did get some lucky shots off on those tanks. Thankfully for Innovation, was realizing he needs to back out. There are Marines on the high ground. They might have to stem just to get out of there. He's trying to use the angles here. Those Marines are trapped, though, and a lot of them do fall, trying to retreat right here. It does look like Ryung, though, has a pretty good angle for his Z-Tanks. Isn't going to be nearly good enough. Lots of Marines exploding for Innovation, literally body parts raining down from the skies. And thank goodness they added this zoom feature so we can actually see what's going on right now, as it does look like Ryung trying to hold this location, even using the Viking there, which if he can get that... Nope, he gave up. That Viking gave up on life. Can't really blame him, though, because it's not looking great here for Ryung. He's currently down by about 30 supply overall. It is fluctuating a little bit, but he's got to watch out for the Stim Marines running by as if they were Hellions, and that's going to be a lot of dead SCVs. They weren't paying attention quite yet. Ryung all of a sudden taking tons of damage. At the same time, there's going to be an attack over here, but that's not nearly as effective as the one going down on the right, and it does look like once again Ryung is having to retreat here. The Siege Tank shots going back and forth. Remember how I said that this matchup would be very different? Well, we're not necessarily seeing that right now, with Mass Marine and Siege Tank very, very common, though. 22 workers killed off to the 4. Units killed overall is about the same, but really the units killed is not that important. It's which units are killed. And so far, that is the worker count here down to 60 for Ryung, currently down by about 10. Particularly the income tab, though, it is about the same for both these players, as the base over here actually did not get up and running. I can't even say until very recently. It's literally right now is when those SCVs are getting over there. Planetary Fortress is going to be on the way. We also do have the Siege Tanks going to be cruising on over here and hanging out down by the bottom center. And it does look like the Marines going to go ahead and march on up here. Ooh, I don't know. It's pretty dicey. 2-2 upgrades, it looks like, for both players right now. Combat Shields is, of course, done. Ryung here trying to find a favorable engagement. His Siege Tank RC is a little bit too far forward, but at the same time was able to get some pretty legendary shots right there. Might actually have a chance of coming back into this. He's going to win the battle over on the right side there as well. If he can secure that bottom center base, he can stand a chance. Does have to watch out for the drops, though. But I just got to say, you know, Ryung is back in this through some pretty good micro and good decision-making, has managed to make this happen. Would have been nice to be able to kill off those medevacs with the Marines on the left side, but if Innovation's not careful, he's going to be taking a lot of damage. I will say, though, this is super dicey for Ryung. He's trying to get cutesy with it right now, but if he gets caught out of position like that medevac did, and another one there has to be careful. I got the drop on top of the Siege Tank. That could clean up a couple of them from splash damage alone, but no, not quite yet. This has me a little bit worried for Ryung. I like what he's doing, killing off those turrets, killing off a couple of supply depots. Sure, it starts to pad that resources lost tab, but he leaves himself wide open for a counterattack. You can see he's only got one little hit squad over here, which is pretty low on HP, trying to find where those units are. I'm just a little bit worried, Ryung. If he tries to get too aggressive with this, he's going to find himself trapped in, well, a trap as he tries to unload a couple units there. He's I think he's pushing this way too hard. We'll see if he can actually make anything happen of it, though. But he does lose a couple of Siege Tanks there, does manage to kill off several of the Marines with the return fire, and has actually managed to supply block Innovation right now. Not for long, though. I'm sure we're going to see supply depots or just more command centers on the way relatively soon. He is going to be leaving a couple of units over here as well. He is confident that this is paying for itself. which we'll see as the game progresses right now. But we currently do have 3 attack, 2 armor for Ryung. But that is 3-3 for Innovation, and he is very upset about how this went down. He's actually going to be able to clean this out. The tanks back here just basically need to be defended as much as possible to try and make this worth it. Does manage to clean up a lot of those Marines. Marines at this point are kind of basically freebies, though. Not looking good for these guys down here, though. The Marines got to try and be a buffer zone here. A couple of good shots from those siege tanks, but not really that impressive. That's going to hack into Ryung's army size. And if I don't know why he's being so aggressive here. I feel like he may feel further behind than he actually is. Although at this point, he is going to be way further behind. He clawed his way back in, but look at the fireworks of those Marines up in the air. Oh, God, it's like watching Circus Delay as they flip and fly through the air. Unfortunately, I said that wrong, didn't I? That's okay. That's okay. I'm never going to be a part of the circus act, that is for sure. But Ryung, all of a sudden, in a lot of trouble. I mean, he had a long, slow climb up the hill. It's like that Miley Cyrus song, man. But unfortunately for him, he's not going to have a happy ending like they do in the television series, as he is just going to get absolutely massacred by siege tanks. I would definitely watch Hannah Montana, though, if she got massacred by siege tanks. Just watching those Marines explode is a thing of beauty. Unless your name is Axiom Ryung, then it's not very fun to watch there. But hey, for those of us at home, at least that's quite entertaining. The base down at the bottom center is there. It is a planetary fortress. Has not been taken out just yet, but that is easily killed off right now, as Ryung is trying to catch up, but he knows how he's just making pure Marines here, trying to make as many as he possibly can. He is up to 9 at a time. For a moment there, he was at 11, and does have about 1 more wave of units within him, but needs to hold this ramp if possible. He has to keep these 3 siege tanks alive at the top of the ramp. They only have +1 attack, though, as they are going to be +2, which means that these reinforcements may not be there in time, as the tanks can just not kill off Innovation quickly. And I'm sure he killed some stuff, but I mean, look at the overall supply. Resource loss still favoring Innovation, and that is one category that Ryung needs to catch up in. He is getting the first shots off here on these tanks, actually doing a very good job of that as well. But I just don't know if 1 siege tank is enough here. I gotta say, the siege tank is up to 3 kills. His buddies are getting lots of kills as well, but that may be it. God, those Marines exploding are awesome. Whoever at Blizzard did the Marine death to siege tank animation, props to you, sir. Round of applause, or ma'am. I do know that lots of females work at Blizzard as well, but either way, it does look like the Marines gotta be chilling out back here. 3-3 should be done for both players at this point, and it is. So I suppose it's gotta be Marines and siege tanks being constructed from here on out. Maybe some medevacs mixed in, which is actually exactly what Innovation's gonna be doing. But Innovation knows if he kills off this one last remaining base, he kills off the chances of Ryung ever coming back in this game. Planetary Fortress right there, gonna try and make it happen. Big stim up here for Ryung, but that's not gonna last. Once again, we just gonna watch the sweet animation, and SCVs gotta try and repair. It doesn't look like they're gonna be able to repair in time, as Innovation here just gotta be cleaning up house. He was able to cancel something there. Was that what was that, a missile turret? I don't know. It costs gas, though. But either way, it looks like the planetary does get taken out. Siege tanks right here got to try. And last, the SCVs realize they need to be joining in the fun as well, but just way too much damage coming out from Team Innovation, which currently he is Team Innovation, as he has been able to win games 1 and 2, knocking out Ryung, who is definitely one of the best players on Team Axiom. But overall, Innovation now 2-0. And keep in mind, this is the grand final, so if you skip game number 1, chances are you're not going to go back and watch it, but you should, as unfortunately for Axiom, they had wind in their sails. They were able to go up 5, I think it was 4 losses. No, 5 losses, 4 wins the last time these guys faced. And now, though, currently down 2-0, unable to defeat them originally. So not looking good here for Team Axiom. A very rough start. We'll see what happens, though, in game number 3. Hope you guys enjoy it, and of course, I'll see you guys next time.